Good morning, everybody. It's Saturday, and I've got to start getting back to normality after this court case that I've been involved in. As I've said, it was 6 years almost in bringing it to court, and finally, the final day was on Tuesday. It was a long day again, Tuesday from 10 o'clock until after 6 by the time we got out of the courtroom. How did it go? I was surprised that at least one other person wasn't called to give evidence, but I suppose that time limitations were a major consideration, but I was surprised, and the situation itself had been awful enough and serious enough that it needed to be heard, in full. And I think that certain stops could and should have been pulled out, but on the whole, I'm satisfied with how it went. Court costs, astronomical. My bank paid the first £50,000, and then of course it went on from there. Insurers paid. Would I have put my house up as security? No, I wouldn't. And the reason for that being is that this house Alfie and I worked hard for, and it isn't mine to use as I want to. It's our inheritance for the children. So no, the money would not have gone on court costs. Had there not been a very good chance that I was going to win this case, I wouldn't have got insurance from my bank and elsewhere. What have I learned from this court case? I can tell you, I've learned that there's a difference between legal, lawful, ethical and acceptable practice. There are lots of loopholes I would say in most situations, for those people who have done wrong or omitted to do right. And there's a lot of loopholes that a wily barrister will identify and will use. So I won my day in court after 6 years. It went well. Whether I get a monetary payout is another matter. I don't know. But the judge said that it was one of the most difficult cases he'd had. And my barrister said to me that after it was all over, said to me, he's never known a case like it where every point was argued. Even after my barrister had had his say, after the other two barristers had had their say, these two got up again and carried on and carried on. I can only hope and pray that the judge, and I'm sure that he will read through all the documents very carefully, but we'll see how right it was that I get this to court, and how wrong it was what occurred. Now I'm left to recover. I've been living on my nerves for the past 6 years. To an extent, I'm still living on my nerves because of caring for Alfie and other things that are going on. But I can tell you that what occurred 6 years ago has left indelible marks on me that will never completely heal. And now that I'm no longer hyped and working towards getting this to court and sort of waiting for paperwork to come through and reading through it, etc., and just waiting around, all that is over with now. And I have to find some semblance of a new normality. I can't overstate how it's all affected me. And I can't give a lot of detail at the moment. And as I said, names won't be named, but I might put together a little story, a hypothetical story, which you can take as a given. So today I'm back to see Alfie this morning. I haven't seen him since last weekend. I've just been so tired. Tuesday night when I got back here, got home after the traffic, I don't know, about 7:30, and I was so tired, flaked out Tuesday and Wednesday. It's the mental stress as well as, the physical exhaustion. My son and his partner were wonderful. My ex-neighbour, Anne, she was fantastic. And my long-term friend since I was 21, April, she was there throughout most of it. So I can't thank them enough for being supportive to me. And I'll be back when I can, and I want to get into the habit now of making maybe 3 videos at least a week, no more than say 10 minutes each, but and taking you with me if I decide to go away for a short break, but we'll see how this weekend goes. And I just, as I say, I've got to get used now to having all this over and done with, having certain hopes dashed, but being elated because I was successful in what I did, which was letting people know that they couldn't just behave in the manner in which they did, really. And I'm quite shocked that I was put through the ordeal of a court case when the evidence was quite clear and open and closed. But as I say, a wily barrister or wily barristers will find loopholes and are not above attempting to assassinate a character when really no character assassination is warranted, but thereby hangs another tale. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and I'll hopefully be back over the weekend and just see how the day goes today. Okay, bye-bye.